Ever since young growing up, I've used the nice guy approach for every girl. I thought girls were like wholesome, nice, cute, and all these like nice fantasies that I had. I tried to become the class clown. I've took an interest in the girls that I've talked to, and it never ever worked. In school, sometimes like they ask me for the homework and I'll be like, oh yeah, I have it, and then I'll give them right away, thinking that that would get them to like me even more. That's the narrative that I believed in. The only problem was that I wanted to lose my first kiss. I was a kissless virgin. I didn't have anything going on in my life, and that was the desire that I had in my mind, but I just didn't act it out. Does that make sense? After being sick and tired of the narrative, the script that I always followed, I wanted a change, and that's when 2 years ago I started to study about what girls actually want. And I see these guys like pickup artists, and they just get the girls so easily and without even like putting much effort. That was like a paradigm shift for me. Oh, you don't actually have to become the nice guy in order to become sexual with girls. And I was so pissed that the whole time that I wanted to get girls, I used the nice guy approach and it just didn't work. I'm not an expert whatsoever, but I've been the guy that you probably are right now, the nice guy chasing the girl, to being nonchalant about them and having them chase over me. Honestly, it's a crazy experience, I'll be honest. I don't blame you if you think that I'm some arrogant guy that, like no way, like this guy is capping. But let me ask you, why do you think you have this belief even though it didn't work for so long? Really ask that to yourself. Why do you want to use the script of being a nice guy even though that didn't give you any results so far in your life? What I found out was that the social conditioning that you had since young, when you consume social media, Instagram, Reels, fucking YouTube shorts, it actually dilutes your brain to believe that being nice is the way to get girls. I was on TikTok at that time and I always saw content of relationship advice or how to actually get the girl to like you. And honestly, most of them is from the girls itself, so it's more believable, like, oh, I just want a nice guy that will protect me and cuddle me and basically provide for me. The problem is that girls don't really say what they want. I know it sounds a bit absurd, but one thing you need to know about girls is that they are emotional instead of rational. If you really want a girl to be obsessed over you, this is a bit manipulative, but you just have to spike her emotions. The more emotions that you spike, the more she'll think of you, right? And if you're just a one-dimensional loser that thinks of her and just wants to be nice to her, she'll just think of you of that nice guy. And it doesn't really spark any emotion inside of her. Let me ask you, are you actually a nice guy and you're just like a positive guy, happy guy, and wholesome guy to be around? Or are you being nice because you are told that this is the way to attract the girl in your class? We might not notice this, but sometimes we have this feeling of obligation that the girl must like us back because we are nice, because of the things that we heard from social media. I took a massive step back from social media. I don't know what kind of advice they're giving right now, but back when I was using like TikTok, Instagram, this is the type of advice that they give. It made me become a nice guy, even though authentically I wasn't the nice guy that wanted to become nice to her just for like basically lose my first kiss. If you resonate with the message that I've said so far and you actually want to stop being the nice guy, then this is how you do it. Don't be weird and needy. When you're the nice guy, sometimes you might come off as like weird or needy because you have this needy energy. You don't actually want to be nice, but then you feel like there's this obligation for them to like you back, correct? And even though you might think that they don't actually feel like you're like that, they do feel it, and it's very obvious and it's very revolting for the girl that you actually want to get with. If you're going into a new environment and you haven't seen like that girl before that you actually want to take an interest in, show that you have romantic intentions from the start. But if you've known that girl for some time and then she's like in your school and she kind of knows you and then she only sees you as this nice guy, I want you to disappear, come back as a different person, an improved version of yourself, even if you're in the same friend group. I know this might be hard to swallow, but you want to make that transition period from you being that nice guy that she sees to a new guy, and you can't make that transition easily, especially when she's known you for some time. You might wonder like, how do I disappear and actually become a different person? Well, you work on yourself. you change your mindset of this conditioning that you have, that being nice to girls, even though you don't want to be nice to them, will get you intimacy. And these are hard pill to swallow, but you have to look better. Chances are you're not as attractive as you think right now. You maybe think that you're like a 7 out of 10, but in reality it might be like a 4. Do you even floss your teeth? Do you have bad breath? Do you shower like twice a day? Things like that. Work on that. Truthfully, you are like that because your mental health is shit. If you're addicted to video games, junk food, I know this is like a separate topic, but if you're like that, chances are you are like below. And a girl don't really want to be someone that doesn't have that impulse control over this instant gratification activities. The only way you counteract that is to basically improve your mental health. You do that by meditating, by gratitude journaling, and being outside in nature and being social. For your looks, I can make like a how to improve your looks video, but like a full guide to improving your looks. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that, because I believe that I've gone through like a huge transition in how I look compared to how I was last time. But if I were to simplify what you can do right now to get the fastest progress, is to build the 10 out of 10 body that you want. To make it easy for you, I'll link like a workout template below that you can follow. I've made like countless of videos about why you should go to the gym and how that actually affects the girl's attraction to you, so check that out if you want as well. If you have already made progress in disappearing and actually becoming the new version of yourself, there's one mistake that guys always make, is that they go back to how they were. They rubber band instantly because you make the real world progress, but then if you haven't seen that girl for some time and if you've been ignoring that girl, if they show you like a slight intention again, you might actually go back to that nice guy version of yourself. Give it some time. You will gradually be more authentic to this version of yourself. I can totally relate to the pain as well if you've watched the whole video so far and you have this like anger feeling that, oh fuck, I've been following the wrong script the whole time. I can totally relate to you. I followed that script for like years until I was like 18 years old. And it boils me to think that the guys that you don't like are actually getting the girls that you want. And you are like this monkey in the corner that is trying to be nice to the girl, hoping that you get the girl at the end. I want you to make this transition period because it genuinely saved my life of how I view girls. You can subscribe if you like me. If you found this video helpful, the first link in the description will be 10 times better. It's a one-on-one call with me to see whether you're a good fit for my coaching program. I will literally force you to get results, and I mean it. If you don't see results within like first month, second month, third month, you get a 100% money back guarantee. I hope this video helps you.